Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna give you some examples to help you figure this map out, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna use our company, the Fashion Entrepreneur Club, because we do have digital products, but we offer services as well, right? So if you are more of a service-based business, right, this framework might help you best, right? So what happens? The first part for me is where do you bump into your customer? So there are many different places where I bump into my customer, but one of them, ones that are the most popular, is on Instagram. A lot of people we connect with them on Instagram. They're searching for fashion business advice, they're searching for community, they're searching for education, and they find us on Instagram. Okay, great. So that's the first place. Then once we bump into them on Instagram, what do we do? Where do we invite them to what's the call to action? Where do we invite them to hang out? Like, what is the next step? So the next step is I tell them, hey, why don't you join our fashionpreneur list so you're connected with us? You know about our next events, our next classes, so you can connect with the community, right? Or I also tell them, hey, why don't you join our Facebook group? It's a free Facebook group. We have tons of amazing members. I show up there live. I answer questions. So I give them an offer that it's free and that is enticing, and that if they're looking to improve their business, why would they say no? Right? So they can join either the list, our newsletter, or the group, or both, right? Then how do you nurture that relationship? How do I get to know them? How do they get to know me and create that like trust factor? Well, I go ahead and I show up on the inside the group consistently. I answer questions, I share content, I do lives, right? So they get to know me, right? And I get to know them because they comment and they ask questions, and I can help them that way. Another way that I build that trust and develop that relationship is through email. So I try every 15 days to send out an email, or if there's an event coming up, I send them an email and tell them about it, or if there's a sale, or if we recorded an amazing podcast video, I send it to them, so that way we develop that relationship, okay? What is the next step? Making the offer. So when is the right time to make that offer? Well, I go ahead and at a certain point, right, if they join the group, for example, there are organic offers that happen all the time. Let's say an event is coming up, so I tell them, hey, we're doing this event, why don't you sign up? It's a free event. Or perhaps I'm putting together a workshop and I tell them, hey, next week we're going to have a workshop. Here's the information. If you guys want to join us, this is what it's all about. So those are offers that are happening on a regular basis inside the Facebook group, right? The other way I make offers is online throughout the email list. So perhaps they sign up for something in particular, right? They want to know more about passive income. How can they build passive income inside their fashion business? So they sign up to watch some videos that I put together to help them with this area, and then they can watch the videos, they can ask questions, right? And then at some point I ask them like, hey, do you want to take it to the next level and take this class that is going to help you with this? And that's when I make the offer. So I have different things going on where they can receive those offers on a regular basis, okay? Then the next step is there an upsell? Okay, so once they take that offer, like join the workshop or sign up for that mini class or whatever, is there anything else they can do? Yes, of course. If they want more support, there's a subscription. We have our planner club subscription where they can get one planner a month, and they can ask questions, and they can get all the different templates and planners that are inside the group, and get organized in their business and all of that. Or perhaps they just want to go into the incubator for 10 weeks and just work on their business for 10 weeks, which is an online program that we offer, and ask me questions and get themselves organized and take the business to the next level with that. So those are our upsells, okay? And then the last part is, what happens if they say no? What happens if they say, I'm not ready for the incubator yet, or, I don't, maybe the planner club doesn't work for me right now. What do? what we do is we keep them in the Facebook group, right? If they want to, of course, and they can continue to ask questions and get to know about different offers that are happening or different events that maybe align better for them. And I continue to send emails, right, every 2 weeks or every time we have an event so they can still know what's going on, right? And I continue to make offers in these emails also or in the group, right? And they have the opportunity to say, hey, I want to continue, or no, I don't want to continue. So again, I just continue to develop that relationship. So at some point they say yes or they say no. Okay, and if they say no, they want to continue to be in the group, they can continue being in the group, and whenever the right offer comes to them, they'll turn into a customer. Okay, so the other example I want to share with you is H&M. Okay, so this is more product based, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are designers or you are creating a particular product like a line of beauty, a beauty line, or something physical, right? So H&M, whether you like them or not, you have to recognize, right, that they're very successful in the retail space, right? And they're having success with their customers love their brand, and they continue to buy over time, right? And they also have been successful not only with the young generation, but different ages, right? If you go to the store, yes, most people are young, but you can find people in different age ranges, right? So let me share their strategy with you, or one of their strategies with you, so you can see how this looks in practice, right? So the first thing is, where do they bump into their customer? Perhaps they bump into them on Instagram because they see an ad or something, or they promote a product and their customer is hanging out on Instagram and they see that ad, right? It pops up on their wall, or maybe they bump into them at the mall. You're walking at the mall and you see the actual store in there, right? What is the next step? What do they invite you to do at that point? They invite you to join their list. If you are at the mall and you're paying for something, they tell you, hey, do you want to join our list? If you join, you're going to get free shipping, right? Or if you bump into them on Instagram and you're seeing an ad, the ad might say on the bottom, if you sign up for the list, we'll send you an email with free shipping, right? So that is the invitation they do to connect with you. Then, how do they nurture the relationship? Like, how do they get to know you? How do you get to know them? Well, what they do is they send emails, okay? So once you sign up, whether you did it at the store or on Instagram, right, or a different platform, but we're focusing on these two right now, you start getting emails. And for them, like, I've been on their list to see how this process works, and they do it daily, okay? And sometimes they do it several times a day, especially like if they have a sale going on. So every day you wake up to an email, right, from H&M, and they tell you, hey, we have this new merchandise, or hey, we have this event coming up, or hey, we're having this sale. On a regular basis, they're sending emails and connecting with their customer, okay? And when do they make the offer? Well, in their case, they make the offer daily. Every day they send you merchandise in that email that you can go ahead and buy. Okay? So, some people don't do the offer daily, they do it every so often. They do it when they launch. If you are a fashion business coach, for example, a lot of people offer programs twice a year, for example. Or if you teach courses, you open the course only 3 times a year. There's different patterns for everyone, right? Every business is different. But for retail, for them, they make the offer daily. And sometimes, like I said, several times a day. Some days I receive like 3 emails from them, for example. Okay. The next step is there an upsell? So once you purchase from them, is there anything else that they offer you so you can take it to the next level? Well, they ask you if you want to become a member. So becoming a member, joining their membership program, means that if you spend so much money, then you get so many points, and with so many points, maybe you get a free blah blah blah, or maybe you get free shipping, right? And that way you have an account and you can see your points and you can interact with them at a deeper level. Okay. And then what happens if you say no? What happens if you say no to the list or no to the membership? What happens? Well, they'll continue to send you emails unless you unsubscribe, or they'll continue to make you the offer every time you go to the store. If you continue to go to the store and buy their merchandise, they'll always ask you, hey, do you want to join the list? Or hey, do you want to become a member and take advantage of their rewards? That's what they're going to do until you say yes. Or if you say no, that's okay. Then there's next time, okay? So after looking at this, right, from these two very different approaches, right, what could work for you? Okay, again, I always tell people, make it as simple as possible. Okay, if you go back to H&M, which is a big brand and they're making a lot of money and consistently, look at their strategy. It's not complicated, it's very simple. You see them on a social media platform or in the mall, you buy something from them, right? Because you like the brand, and then they ask you if you want to join the list for free shipping or buy one get one free or whatever offer they have going on, and then they start sending you emails which entice you to buy more merchandise, right? And they tell you every day, now this is on sale, this dress that you like is on sale, right? And then if you buy or not, they tell you, hey, why don't you become a member, so then you can get points, so every time you go buy you spend less money and save, right? And then that's it, and that's a cycle that they repeat on a regular basis, right? To continue their cash flow. Okay, so for you, what could work for you? First, identify where do you bump into your customer. Take the time right now to write it down. Okay, then what do you invite them to do? A lot of people don't invite them to do anything. They bump into them on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, and then they don't tell them anything else. You have to tell them what's next. Okay, you have to tell them, join the list or join the group or come to my event, whatever it is. You have to make that offer that is free and enticing for them to say yes. Okay, the next thing is, how do you nurture that relationship? Do you do videos weekly? Do you share a podcast episode? Do you send an email? Do you post regularly, daily on Instagram, right? Because remember, like I mentioned, it doesn't have to be as elaborate as perhaps putting a podcast together. But if you do something as simple as just posting on social media, are you posting consistently, daily? Are you really answering questions? Are you really, getting to know your customer that is hanging out in there, right? To nurture that relationship. Then, when do you make an offer? Do you tell them to buy right then and there? Do you send them an email? Do you put together a sales presentation? Like, what is that next step where you make that offer? Okay. If they buy or they don't buy, if they buy, because perhaps sometimes people don't buy an offer because it's very simple for them and they actually want the upsell, and sometimes the person buys the small item and then they want the upsell, right? So if that's the case, do you have something else to offer them? Okay, if you are, like I mentioned, maybe they buy something casual from you, like a dress. Do you have the next level dress or the next season dress, right? Or a longer dress, whatever need they have next, right? And then if they say no, what happens? Do you still invite them to the next event, or do you continue to connect with them via email, or you continue to connect with them throughout the podcast? Like, what is that next step that is gonna keep them in your ecosystem? Okay, so let me know if you have any questions at all, if you're missing any part of the puzzle. Okay, and I will see you guys in the next video.